live from the Reel Guppy Dockside Learning and Multimedia Center. It's the Reel Angler Podcast with community Kevin Brannon, brought to you by AFTCO Fishing Apparel and Tackle, designed to perform. Channel Island Sport Fishing, offering deep-sea fishing on quality sport fishing charter boats, and more. Costa Sunglasses. Discover life's greatest adventures with Costa. See what's out there. Daiwa. If you want innovation and quality in your fishing products, Daiwa has what you need. And now, here's your host, community Kevin Brannon. And, okay, so we're going, but I can edit this part out because nobody wants to see the pre-show.
Sure they do.
Oh, they do?
They don't like to see bloopers and the intro part. Hey, what up? It's Community Kev. Barry and Scotty running the show today. We got a kind of an update for you and what's coming down the pipeline and what's going on, what just happened with our fundraiser. Another fundraiser coming up. iCast is coming up. New films.
I hope you all saw the interviews from the expo because they came out great. We had some terrific guests, so that was fantastic.
Because you do a great job, man.
Well, we had fun. They say everything's a team effort, and that's 100% true. But here's the other thing to remember is that with this particular team, you got people who are getting the guests. Kevin, he gets the best guests possible. We got us setting up the podcast there at the expo building, which I always fret about because of the sound and everything. Because not only do you have the people walking by, you got music playing out of the thing.
People want to shake my hand and stop me in the middle.
But I leave that all in there because that's part of you. That's part of you. Yeah. But the sound came out great, and we got, like you said, some great guests. A lot of cool people walked by and saw Kevin, and that was always, who's that person? The one I did know was Warren Takahashi, who did not recognize me at first.
We need to get Warren to get some of that music that he puts out for the show.
He would love to offer us that. Plus, why has he not been on this show?
That's a good question.
We got to get Warren on.
Warren on here.
Yeah. So anyway, hope you checked out those interviews, and there's so much going on. We posted those interviews once a week for the past 3 or 4 weeks, but there's so much to tell you. We couldn't wait to get back here and do it.
Well, Scotty's been on vacation too and taking care of some business. So
yeah,
there's
fun stuff.
It happens, right? I'm trying to get a picture. I like the way that it looks with the Guppy hat and the shirt and you in there. Let me get a photo for that. You could thumbnail that or something. But it's just been phenomenal, man. I was telling Scotty when he came in today, tomorrow's our strategic plan meeting. And from our last one we did 2 years ago, and we're going global, folks. You heard it here, but you've been hearing it happening from when we interviewed Robert Dahl from Carl's and going to Germany next year and putting these books that you see right behind me, if you're watching it on YouTube, that we're going global. You're going to see those in German, and we're going to bring our interns over there. We have iCast. If you see on this other board over here, these dates right here, that's for our iCast trip next month. Can you believe it's already 5 or 6 weeks away from iCast? And we're going to go out there and showcase. So we have a pretty good idea, though. You want to hear it?
Yeah, I do.
So we're gonna modify. And that's part of your strategic plan is sometimes you got to modify it and see what works and what doesn't. I was thinking today, what we've done in 4 years at this facility has been impressive, right? It was me and Marshall just over a year ago all by ourselves besides just volunteers.
That's right.
This year, we've already tallied that we've already have over 300 volunteer hours put in. We have 10 staff, or 11 staff. We just hired Christine on Saturday.
Nice. And,
some of them only like 10 or 15, 6 hours. Spencer gets about 6 to edit. But he does a good job of editing.
Yeah,
him and I were here today talking about his work, and it's much improved. He comes from an organization called Momentum, Adults with Disabilities and Challenges, and he's doing a great job of editing. It took us a while. But we have a couple new shows coming out. We have one called Farmers. This is what I didn't tell you, from farmers to fishermen. And it's going to be an art collaboration with culinary artists, with cooks, kind of like an Emeril Lagasse style chef.
Very nice. So you've been wanting to do a cooking and food thing for a while. So
yeah, I've been to a couple of farm workers meetings, Community Kev, in these different arenas. And our area has so much agriculture that there's a lot of farmlands in here. We live where those raids were at a year ago, right? At the Glass House and places like that. And with the Leadership Academy, I just did one. We did agriculture last week, and we're at Mission Avocado, and they just bought Clavico.
I heard
so now
about that.
Steve there is worth about $2 billion with a B. He's a Fillmore kid. He gave us his story, And I asked him actually if we could have lunch so I could pick his brain and get a little bit of game from a billionaire, right?
That's
smart.
Podcast too. If we can get a billionaire in the podcast.
Well, that's going to be part of what the students are going to be working for, right?
Yeah.
Because we're documentary filmmakers. Let's tell stories.
Right.
And when we just did our open house on Sunday, the theme was, I was praying to God, like, hey, what do you want me to say out there today and talk about? And it was like, tell stories. I was at a student film festival Saturday at Rancho Capana School in Camarillo, and loving, that's where my heart's at, man. I love being a filmmaker, educator that's doing all this, and how it's part of the vision that we're going to propose tomorrow to the whole board, the new board members that we've even increased since the beginning of the year. But again, that's all part of our strategy, board development, influential active board members, right? Working with the interns and staff, and then volunteers. So we have a calendar that shows what we're doing between now and the beginning of the year and who's going to run these events. So we have people in place. Like I say, a year ago, it was just me and Marshall. So to bring that full circle, the ag side of it coming together with it, but the students will be working on booking the guests. There's a student coming in that's going to be doing audio and music. So when we get with Warren, and Warren does the surf fishing, and we're going to hopefully, partner with them to share this to get more people to be at the surf fishing event on the 27th, that there'll be students that I don't have to do all that work. So if you look on that side, Scotty, move your head for just a sec for people to see all those notes. Those are tasks that we're going to be running for our students and our staff and our interns and our paid interns. And we have a developmental program here, right? When you're a pinhead on a boat, you got a pinhead for $12 a day. Then you become a deckhand, then you become a captain, then you become a boat owner if you want, right? But there's like a tier that goes up, and everybody here has to volunteer and intern, just like a tattoo parlor or something, right? An apprentice, right? But you're building yourself through our Oceans of Opportunity program, networking, business development, entrepreneurship, confidence, like all those things that we wrap into the brand. We're going to be on that full force for the next couple of months, and that production meeting is next week. So going back to that, that's one episode. We're going to put that.
That's a great episode.
Yeah.
It's time for that.
Yep. And then whatever else, a little travel show. So we're going to display these new films, short film festival, at the Museum of Ventura County in October. Another partner of ours, we sponsored some stuff there. I heard they have a kitchen down below, so we could do those cooking segments there. Yeah, it's gonna be neat. Now we're gonna jump on this commercial boat and get what they catch locally, and then also a sport fishing boat, right? What I catch, and then we're gonna have there's a couple of different chefs. There's a guy from Mother's Tacos. Have you tried them yet?
Oh yeah, I love Mother's Tacos.
Mother freaking phenomenal.
That's why it's called Mother's Tacos.
Right. So I met him at they were at the Latino Business Expo last week, and then they were at the WCVBA, the West Ventura Business Alliance, the other day. And so I asked him if he would do it. So we'll do a fish taco with him with his homemade tortillas. And then Anna, that was on the podcast months ago, she did a catering thing that we sold for 10 up to 6 people. We raised $1,000 on a live auction price for her to come cook at your house up to 6 people, and I raised $1,000. And then she put out a little charcuterie board. So we promoted her like, hey, this is, let it talk about her. Yeah. Right. And then ended up going for $1,000.
Perfect.
So she'll be another cook. And then we're going to do like fish taco, ceviche, maybe a fruit salad with tahini. So it's going to have this local California feel.
Got to have that.
Yeah. And I've been watching, some Bobby Flay videos and some Food Network ideas. Things, because everything, if you hear what I talk about, if you know as me as a documentary filmmaker, not just the Guppy guy, is I'm a PBS kid. So you had Graham Kerr, Julia Childs, right? All these people I used to watch on those PBS channels, Reading Rainbow, Mr. Rogers, Kratz Creature, Sesame Street. We're just a modern day version of that, man. Yeah. But also the career pathway. We want to be a culinary artist, right? The music in the background, right? The business development. We went to the Michael Jackson movie. Have you seen that yet? The documentary. Yeah. About, a family business, depending on what Joe Jackson and what went on, but they invested, in their living room, like we did in our living room for a family business. Now, how he's disciplined and what he's done, right?
You put those photos up just recently on Facebook.
Yeah. We're 15 years in.
Yeah.
So to bring all that together with that vision, here we go, and you're part of it. And the multimedia side, and just to show people at the open house, we're not just a kid fishing program. Right. Say it with me. We're not just a kid fishing program, right?
So much more going on here. And that's what's me. I mean, that is definitely part of it, but there's so much more going on that you got to be aware of it. And that's why you listen to the podcast and all these upcoming films too. Have you considered the Santa Paula Film Festival?
Kevin's on Googling it all. So any ideas that you have or people that know, I'll consider them all. Okay. Matter of who's running that department. And that's what we've learned. Again, if you know our octopus, Ocho is our octopus I have my hands in a lot, like tentacles, right?
Right.
But what I've done is had those tentacles be an expansion of staff, right? So Kevin Jr. and Morel Matters, our marketing and sales department, that's their gig. I mean, wanted to talk about, see the whistle right here? Got that in here because, I got my teaching credential this year. Today sure I get to kind of put this up for the year. I'm down at Carpinteria School. We finished at E.O. Green, Williams this week. Becky that just walked in there we got to send a bunch of invoices. We had Girl Scouts on Saturday. We had back-to-back. We did the Girl Scouts 9 to noon. Right after that, we did E.O. Green Junior High School, Middle School, right? The week before, we had Ventura County Behavioral Health, and who was the one on Saturday? So Behavioral Health, and then Williams School on the pier, right? So as we're going into schools, Kevin and Danielle from Morel Matters have been in that, taking care of that. On top of that, we just signed with Eagle Claw Hooks.
Nice.
Promar's back. You see the boxes here. Daiwa, AFCO, Channel Island Sport Fishing, Parker Boats. So we're going to be redoing our website after this fundraiser that we just had to update and upgrade all of them. And so let's say Eagle Claw. We're going to fly out there. They only work Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
So we're going to fly out there, film, go to their studio. There's some stuff that's proprietary that we can't see.
Sure.
But we're going to do a trip and then fish with them on a Friday. Me and Thomas will fly out there and film
idea.
that up. Or Christine, take an intern, right? There's just legalities when you're flying with people's children, especially female companionship of how we fly. Just putting that. So Becky, they just got here. She comes on to ICAST with us. We have like a mother hen in there to make sure people know that their children are safe. We don't do no silly stuff, but whatever makes it just more comfortable, right? And not awkward. We don't want to find ourselves in any type of situations and circumstances. So we just do take that into consideration. But the point of that, not to go down a rabbit hole, is that we're going to go there. I hit up Daiwa today. Could we come down there and film? And then Christine, we were talking about, she'll be sending them all little shorts and content. I just uploaded my second folder to Eagle Claw. They want to document what I'm doing and who I am. And keep it going. We'll meet them in ICAST again. So these are little videos that we could put in there, documentary style, that we could start plugging and playing in, whether it's a retread where it might see that same video on that segment on 2 or 3 different types of our show, right? Or is it only like a Reel Angler Network, or is it Coastal Critters, and how do we cross-pollinate each other's brands to show the whole brand, man? So it's exciting.
It really is. I mean, it's just amazing the way that things go on. And, you're thankful for people like your volunteers and your employees. I mean, Becky's great. She's been around.
She's staff now.
Yeah, and she's been around since the beginning of this thing, right?
No, she was our 3rd round of board boost. We just had our 4th. I mean, again, 15 years. Becky's been here. Becky, how long you been here? 4 years? 4. Yeah. So Becky was here when we went from the Learning Center. It was time to expand our brand because those board members have been on long enough.
Right.
And they got their lives coming up, right? A couple of year terms is what you need for a volunteer. But Becky's gone from treasurer volunteer now that she's part of our CPA in that department for our finances, right? And we have another treasurer, right? Double eyes on our funds, no conflict of interest, right? So we figured, again, as we continue to professionalize, and that's a big shout out to Ventura County Credit Union that helped us utilize that $75,000 us to put back into the brand, not our pockets, but to put back in some seed money and also money and back into, again, that part of that board development, expansion, professional services. And when we did the fundraiser this last week, part of those stories were letting people know that nonprofit. Let's talk about how the sausage is made here, right? I got that term going to DC, right? And it's like, you guys think the smiles and all that stuff. So again, now that we have the probation funding, another shout out to them, paying Unique or program manager to to collect all this data. If somebody to have a full-time job, sending out surveys. Look at this check this out right here. Oh, where is it?
To get a survey.
No, there's a whole stack of surveys.
A whole stack of surveys.
Yeah, it's around here somewhere. Dang it. Becky, is it in there? That little green. Anyway, we got a whole stack of surveys. And what we did is we pinned those to the wall all over the yacht club. Shout out to the Channel Island Yacht Club. And HBCA got an award for the community partner. Like you see, Sherry got theirs for donating all that money last year.
Yes.
There was just so many incredible stories. For me being a CCA president at Channel Island Yacht Club, to meet Frank Sullivan and do the sea bass pins, to become a member, to throw our fundraiser there, to the International Blue Gavel cooking for us, and HBCA raising money, and they found Sherry. It was just like, these are the stories and these testimonials of these families and these surveys we're going to put all over the room, just litter it. And then I'm going to tell stories throughout the day. Brought Christine up, so it was but letting the people know, here's the vision laid out. here's how we're investing back into our community, these students, these kids, and here's the future. But know that nonprofit as a business needs these services that are always going to an intern, right? You need to have qualified individuals helping out, not just somebody. This ain't PTA money or the snack bar, right? I used to be a board member. We're selling burritos, and that's minor. We're serving these. Check this out. We're serving organizations that have been around forever. Look at this. We're on the cover of Big Brothers Big Sisters magazine.
That's very
You know what I'm saying? You go to page 8 and there's a little come fishing with the Gups on page 8. You scan the QR code and there we are, right? And those are name brands. We're starting to work with trying to get with Boys and Girls Club. And I sit on the Yes Collaborative, which is youth equity services for Ventura County through the JJCC, which is Juvenile Justice Center, right?
Right.
And watching that grow, man, it's just been freaking fantastic. So just to give you guys a heads up, and then we're going to play these new videos. Our little film festival is going to be at the Museum of Ventura County. So next Wednesday is our production meeting. The students are going to be out for school. So let's just knock out film for 2 months, man. What do you think? What do you think?
I'm so excited about all of it. How can you not be?
If you did this with crumbs and bubblegum that we talked about before, there's a song that I sent to our team. My history of hustling in the streets and the way I grew up in a Cali lifestyle, right? There's a song called Straight A1 where he talks about taking crack crumbs or Coke crumbs and making A1, making a heck of a product with these crumbs. And the metaphor there, that we use is that we've been doing this with crumbs, man. And if you give us the supplies and the resources that we need, and that's anybody. That's why we say we lure them in with fishing and brainwash them with confidence and resource development, because the sky's the limit. If you could do it with that, with just a vision and determination,
what can you do with the full funding?
What could you do with everything you
exactly.
needed, right? And again, listening to Nipsey, if there's some stuff he talks about, like, you ain't more intelligent than me. You're just sitting in a better space and opportunity to be able to have that stuff. And then what he did was, where I got the idea, is he has a place called Vector 9 that's similar to the Guppy Learning Center, where you could use it as a work-op location. And these businesses have to integrate with each other to stay even like the chew mesh. Here's my furs. Give me some of your fish, right? And we're trading our resources so that we're all being sustainable.
Smart. So
again, everything, as Nip says, I just watch it done off the demonstration. Who's demonstrating how this work is done that you could take game from and apply it to your mission, your vision, right? And what comes with it, right?
I love it. That's great.
Pretty good, man.
Yeah, very
so
good.
Tomorrow, we'll lay out that strategic plan. Becky's here. We're going to count it up. Becky, any idea yet of what we're at, the number for the fundraiser so far?
As I get through adding these trucks, I'll tell you.
We know that we raised more than we've ever raised before, with the help of HBCA and everything. They had a $4,000 match that we hit. And you know what I did? We did a paddle race kind of, and I was like, start at 10,000. It got real quiet. I silenced the crowd, but I tried, at a $10,000 level, and we didn't get. We got a couple hundreds, and I owe I think I owe 500. So we'll see what's going on. Anyway, there's another thing.
Well, here's the thing. You've got them joining you, which is a sign of the growth. You've got the fact that the whole program has grown, not only in size and in what it covers, but in people's minds. People know this program now better than they've ever known it in history.
Yeah. But again, that's part of the strategy, right? Let's spend last year showcasing again, and that's a film term, showcase. Remember the Showcase Showdown, at Price is Right? It could be yours if the price is right, right? And but showcasing, and that's what artists do, man. You showcase your film, you showcase your product, you showcase, your project, man. And
I was a judge on the Buena High School film festival, and the films that we ended up choosing, the other judges and I, went up to the showcase that was there on a Friday night. So yeah, it's the same thing. You're right. It's a showbiz movie term.
Yep.
Yeah, and it applies to everything.
It does.
Any product.
As a director, right? So check out when I was at Mission Avocado the other day, and it said.
So weird to call it Mission Avocado, but it is.
It's called. It was said production, right? Where it was at. So I was taking pictures of that, and again, so if I this is a production, right? I'm a director, right? And this is a production. Even the event that I did as a host. Becky, how did I do as a host on Saturday?
Good.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
the host with the most, man, the dizzle with the sizzle. We got it in and help raise funds. And I reminded people, but I think the storytelling was on point. And again, people to showcase. We had the videos playing in the background. The students, the interns were there checking them in. We had a couple little crossovers and a couple tables, but we've never been this organized in the history of this organization. So let that be a shout out that you don't have to be 100% organized to get started, man. Just get started.
Just get started and then see where it takes you.
Yeah, but you should know where it's going to take you, right? You should have a target, right?
Yeah.
You should have a target so you know where you're going. Don't just be wandering aimlessly, right? Dora the Explorer got a map in her backpack for a reason.
That's exactly right.
So you know how to get to a little baby jaguar.
But you also got to know detours in case something happens.
Maybe, but again, you just dominate.
I'm thinking of Adam Casillas at the expo. That guy is he's got that expo nailed down tight, but stuff happens and he'll tell you stuff happens.
But that's part of filmmaking, right? They're going to start the lawnmower, the helicopter's flying over, right? It's going to rain, right? But again, it's that's part of the show must go on. Yeah. Again, more film, right? The show must go on.
That's right.
One monkey don't stop no show, man, But the director still has to know, but you got to know that, again, the way you're going to go film and shoot, what is that called? Murphy's Law?
Yeah. If something can go wrong, it will.
Yeah, and it's gonna in film. But same with fishing, right? Do you and that's what we say, right? If we type in the latitude and the longitude of Port Hueneme from whatever these big cargo ships come from, they're gonna hit turbulence or whatever you call it on the ocean, right? They're gonna hit big waves.
Yeah.
And again, they might have to go around a certain wave to get out of the weather. But if they lock in those navigation, that North Star, man, they're gonna get to that port.
Gonna get to that destination.
They're gonna get to the port, no matter how bad the hurricane is or what's going on. For the most part, right? You just can't run out there aimlessly and say, well, I think it's that way.
No.
Let's just go. Right. You got to
get there one way or the other.
You got to be locked in on your navigation, man.
Yeah.
And don't stay off course. The current's going to try to push you. And the other thing is like the Titanic. Don't rush it, right? So that you can't turn when something's coming up, right?
Yeah, something as big as an iceberg.
Right. You're going to be like, why isn't it turning? It's like, why are you trying to be in a hurry to get there a day early? Get there when you're supposed to. See what happens, right? So again, I think that's one lesson you could learn is like not to be antsy. And I've been there, right? When's it going to happen? Why ain't they returning my emails? Getting a little pissed off. And now I can't get to everybody's emails fast. I was telling Axel from Carl's, man, and I heard this from one of my speakers, Eric Thomas, that you have a level of importance, right? You have kind of important, and very important. I used to have to tell this to my mom. Right? Like what you think is important, Mom, really isn't that important to me today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What happened on Judge Joe Brown today or Judge Joe Judy, like I got bigger things to do. I told her, you got 3 calls a day to call me on because you be calling me, Mom, on some stuff that you've seen on TV, but now you're just chilling in the pad. So it is exciting for you. But I had to explain this to her, right? And I heard this from Eric Thomas, right? Because people want you in a hurry. And it's like, but that's not on my level. How did I inherit your your urgency? Right? Now us moving coming up. It's kind of urgent. We're about a month away, so we got to get that going, right? We got a couple of spots and that's it. Looking at other areas to go, we don't got time for that right now. That's not on my importance list. But you should have a level like your health, my gym, my time with God. Like there's these things that are important that I need to put in on a ritual on a daily basis to get priority, right?
Yes.
And we should be a priority to one another or to ourselves, right? Like, I got to do this, I got to get by that. And one of the things I've been hearing lately, Kevin, you're busy, but let's turn that term and call it productive.
Yeah.
Because you could be busy running your kids. Because when I used to be a trainer, people were so busy that they couldn't get to the gym. People are so busy that they can't take a day off and go fishing or hiking with their kid. Why? Why are you so busy that you're some time with yourself? Now again, there's a season where, again, it's all hands on deck, but that shouldn't be 20 years of that.
Right. Exactly.
What's the total, Becky?
23,887.
There's Becky.
There's Becky. You got to leave your fishing gear here, or are you going to take it? You can leave it. Oh, I have a prize for you for the museum as well. I'm gonna give you that right now I think I'm gonna go to the breakfast. You wanted the chamber breakfast?
Yes.
If you're not networking, you're not working, right?
Exactly.
We made a video for that. So let's see. Dinner tickets, 7,000. Silent auction, 2,200. 22 and a half. Raffle, 1,700. Live auction, 3,000. We ain't never made that. Well, 2,900. Cash donations. Is that the match though? Shouldn't we have 8? Shouldn't we have 8 there because of the match? The matching sponsorship. Oh, is that here?
Yeah.
So cash and matching.
Yeah.
Okay. HBCA. Bam. Total profit. Do you have a check for the cooks?
For the food,
Yeah.
I already sent it.
Oh, you did?
It's in the mail.
Dang, she good,
I
baby.
told you.
The show never, maybe. I need $60 though. because I got to get pizza because it's the end of Carpinteria Middle School. And then
That's
guess what you
right.
can build them for, Becky? 11 racks. $11,000 we're going to bill them for. So this is for them. So again, here's our
Pizza
whistle.
money.
We're going to Carpinteria Middle School. We have gear from Promar that we're going to take, hats and bags, little mini tackle boxes that we have from, is there anyone of them right there? That we got from, what is it? These guys. The Ventura County Coast, duh.
There we go.
Right? Remember when I went out with them with the PCS show, Pacific Coast? Go long, Becky. Psych.
Yeah.
Look at all these networking though, man. That's why we do what we do, right? But where was I going with that? Oh, the little tackle boxes for the Carpinteria kids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take them pizza. We got them 3 awards. Pedro's getting a leadership award. I have the biggest fish and the most fish. I got to go to Oswell and pick up the trophies too. And then tomorrow we finish at EO Green. We'll have a pizza party with them as well. And that's been really neat is that these after school programs, these two, not the ones I did in Ventura last month, that the schools identify young men that they want me to mentor. So there's a fishing aspect, but they're saying, hey, there's some young men that need a little male mentor. And I take that serious, man. It's like,
Well, you're good at it.
well, I have a Major Pain. You ever seen Major Pain? The movie Major Pain?
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm like Major Pain. But then I'm trying to be Miss Wahlberg when she's trying to make him soft to have a little bit more of the coddle. But you know what? I learned that now that Junior's calling. Let's answer him on speaker. Hold on. We got a whole conversation going here. That's why it's the real way. Kev, what up? You're on the podcast. What's going on?
Hey, you said you had the collection at 12:15?
Yes, sir.
Or you meant car?
Yeah.
Where we parking?
Where do you want to park?
Park by like
You want to park it by In and Out or at the collection? Do In and Out because it's easier to get off the freeway. Yeah, go to In and Out. Because I'm gonna pick up the trophies on the boulevard and I can just take the boulevard right there.
All right.
All right, sound good?
Yeah.
All right, son. Love you.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. Tell your children you love them before you hang up. I don't give a damn how old and big that they get, right? I'll call you back if you don't say you love me and put you on blast.
Yeah.
But and even that's a blessing, man. I get to teach fishing with my son that's
That
working
is
here
cool.
now, right? And he's in charge of the marketing department. So there's all these little stories that we like to share with you, again, of the American dream, from a prostitute's kid, I'm going to say it on the air right here, to being able to do what I'm doing. Man, praise God. Who can he use, right? And shout out to my mom. I know I used to tell our story, or I tell our story and she would read these articles and be like, you make me sound like I'm terrible. And I didn't think about it from her perspective. And I was talking about that last night in our little men's group, man. Like when I was revealing and airing out our dirty laundry to the public, I didn't think about what she might have thought it made her look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to bring up some of that stuff to her versus giving it to God of where we're at today. And yeah. So again, we're authentic right here, man. So don't give me no damn excuses. Don't give me no blame on the other side of this. If you can't make something, yeah, I said can't. If you can't make something out of yourself in America with continued dedication and plans and beautiful people like Becky that come in and help, I don't know what to tell you, man. You just out here. I don't know what to tell you. What do you got to tell them? Anything?
Oh.
So you can see we're fired up. It's not the 2.5 scoops of pre-workout I took before I did legs,
Yeah.
but we made a video. Scotty, what do we got right here? So this is our next fundraiser I did a video for.
Yep. There we go.
All right. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
See you, Becky.
20. We're going to call it 24,000, Beck. All right.
Yeah.
Is that, do you know, the last year was like 19, right? 19 or 20?
I put them on the bottom there. What last year and what 2024 was.
Holy crap. We killed it by like 10,000.
Yeah.
High five. You tell Renee and them,
Very
hey,
nice.
good job.
Very nice.
Ah,
So the fundraising tournament's coming up.
we need more fun still, people.
You can actually scan that right now on your computer or wherever you're watching this. And
Can I
get
send you
more
the link and you
information.
can embed it into
I'm going
to
to.
it?
You
Yeah.
sent me the
video?
photo today. You didn't send me a
Can
video.
I send you the video and you could put it in
Yeah.
on this episode?
Yes, I can. It's open to all ages, adults and kids. You can scan that code to register. The time is from 8 to 11 a.m. All species count. Winner takes all prizes. Cool prizes.
We have a bunch of prizes in the video you'll see, and that's just what we got. So we go to Iowa next week, Eagle Claw, some more sport fishing trips from Santa Barbara Sport Fishing. We have passes to the zoo, the museum. So yeah, we have this over here. So there's a box that's there. The Chewy box has some stuff in it, and then we have some Promar, this hoop net and stuff as well. And we have a
Nice.
fishing pole over there. So it's a winner take all. Everything counts. And again, the reason that we're doing these fundraisers, folks, if you're like, why are they raising it? Because in nonprofit, when we're talking about making the sausage, man, unrestricted funding that we could use for staffing and stuff that some grants won't allow us to do, paying for, Becky's services, paying for more staffing, basically, right? We got the grant we got from probation only pays up to like 5 staff, or reimbursement. The Port of Wainimi with their speed initiative to pay our paid interns, we still got to pay them, and then we get the money back. When we get the Channel Islands Foundation grant, $6,000, we got to pay for it. Becky has to send in the receipts. They got to approve it and then send us the check if they think, once we go through it and fine tooth it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's just nonprofit. That's part of it. So these unrestricted funding allows us to navigate and do, remember we talked about on those cargo ships, to navigate correctly without running out of fuel halfway here or there, right? Imagine that, right? You got you're locked in on your go, and then you run out of fuel because you couldn't fill up the gas tank on the way there, right? Now you're just a sitting duck floating through the water.
Right.
Lord, thank you for giving me this beautiful mind that can put together metaphors at a drop of a dime with creativity and laughter. It's pretty cool, man.
I actually love it. You remind me of Diamond Dave from Van Halen, because he has this, he talks with this jargon, it's almost like electrified surfer jargon. And Kevin has his own kind of jargon, and I just love it. It's just great.
Yeah, one of my managers at Jersey Mike's, when I was working there before they fired me for threatening a manager, he told me I speak in riddle. I mean, I used to bring Alexis to come and tell people what I was like. She was my translator. Like, oh, you just said this. But the reason, though, me and this manager were getting into it, and this is why the way I manage the way I do, just because you work for somebody don't mean you could just talk to somebody any old way, right?
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? When we clock out, bro, we're both grown men, and that's a long walk to your car. Right?
Yeah.
What are you saying? I'm just telling you, bro. When you're a man and I'm a man, so the disrespect that's coming out of your mouth right now, you're gonna have to answer for that. Now, again, praise the grace of God, I'll give you some grace and mercy, but you're just not going to chastise me and patronize and get to getting disrespectful because I work for you. And I try not to do the same thing with my staff, right? Like, you don't got the right to just be insulting and run your mouth because you pay my check. And again, back then I was real foolish. So I told him that. And then he's like, what? And then the other manager came out and was like, calm down. I'm like, exactly. This was like, he gets to talking to people any way he wants to, like he's dope. Well, when we clock out at 8 and walk to our cars, talk that smack then.
Yeah, see what happens. And by the way, being dope doesn't give you the right to talk to anybody that way. It's just not right.
You know what I heard? Because the other manager was cool, and he would say things that I like. He would tell my kids, "I work with your dad. I don't work for." Like, there's a power trip, right? Like I remember the lady from at an event I was at recently. We'll keep names, but it stood out, right? Oh yeah, he worked for me, and it's like, you mean he worked with you? It's a common cause. We work together. Like around here, we say us and we.
That's right.
You're not working for Kevin. You work us and we.
I get chewed out for that a lot.
Yeah, say you around here and you'll get written up because it's a us and we out here. You know, and I ain't speaking French. Les oui. What's his name?
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew, man. Like it's us and we. But I remember some of the different areas that I work in where, again, we talk about culture and family and those words on the wall that don't mean anything, And I don't want to be like that here. One day my daughter's going to be like, if she takes over the company one day, people ask if I'm going to pass it along. It's like if they want to inherit it, right? Because they've been working with the company.
Sure.
But I remember Jeannie Buss with the Lakers was like telling them, like, my father started this. They said he would just go down the street and play at the casino while they ran the business. He would hire good people and let them run it, right?
Yeah. And
he didn't sit there and micromanage it. He wasn't, again, not to take strays at Jerry Jones, but I'm gonna, right? Like, how much does a general manager need to tinker with operations when you got people and coordinators and people in place, and we win together, right?
To do what you want to do.
And what do they say when they win? Like the front office, right? The people, there's 53 players out here playing, but this starts back at training camp.
That's right.
Right. And there's front office and there's coaches and there's nutritionists and there's all these little details. It's not just your QB.
No, it's one big machine is what it is.
Right. And how you, again, treat people in your brand. You see the legacies of these teams that are winning. And have won 7 or 8 championships and what they believe in versus ones that,
Yeah. That makes a difference.
How's that sound?
That sounds
so there's context to me just flipping out on my manager. Player was coming sideways on a G.
Again, he had the goal and he got there.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So back to the tournament. The winner is determined by the longest combined total length of all fish caught. Can you explain that in a little more detail?
So a lot of times a surf fishing event, well, let's go back a little bit. We do the Hoop There It Is, and it's a citizen science trip, right? So citizen science, we log everything that we catch for scientific reasons. Okay, I got 30 minutes. We gotta leave in 4.
Yeah.
5 minutes, 4 minutes. Damn, I'm always late. Yeah, you're right at the 30-minute mark.
You gotta get pizza still.
I'm bringing dang it. All right, so we gotta get this out. Where was I?
We're talking about the link.
So the citizen science that a lot of times in surf fishing events, there's more like corvina, halibut, and perch are your primary fish.
Mhm.
We want you to be able to measure everything. You catch a leopard shark, you catch a stingray, a bat ray, because surf fishing isn't just, back in the day, surf fishing, you would use, a 10-foot rod and cast it way out there with a chunk of bait and let it sit there. Catching fish like that, where it's changed to be more of a finesse fishing type with little grubs and smaller, but catching these type of fish. So we didn't want to exclude anybody. We want everybody to be able to fish. So if you catch
total fish.
If you catch a bat ray this big and it rays 36 inches across, right? Or you catch this fish, you catch a jack smelt, everything that you catch, you can measure it and add up your inches, right? So that's the way and it's kind of like the star tournament that we got from CCA with the ruler. So I wanted it to be a little different, where those fish that aren't normally in a game fish species for surf fishing, you can count all the species.
Okay,
right.
Perfect. It's $40 for that. Here's the scan again.
Yep, check it out on the Reel Guppy Outdoors website. We're embedding it in the website. We're really sticking it professional, man. So I handle that business right there. My kids are blowing me up.
He's got to get. So
we'll
be back next week.
Go on get.
All right.
I love you text from my kids. I got to love it, man. Let's see. I also have some items to donate. Uncle Dave has some items, and our team will be out there, and there's a little video.
My son never says, "I love you, Dad." He says, "Do you want anything from Taco Bell?" Which is the same thing in our language.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, love language, bro, right?
Yeah,
like feed me,
right.
how are you hungry? Those are the type of things that that people consider a love language, right?
That's exactly right. So all right, Barry says goodbye.
Barry, hey, check it out. Reel Guppies Outdoors, CommunityKevin.com. We hope we inspired you today. I hope we did. You got a little behind the peak, a lot of stuff coming up. And global, baby. Remember, you heard it today on June 3rd, 2026, that we're taking global. We're going to start in Germany when we did Robert Dahl, and that's our next goal after we get back from ICAST and switching out some interns because some are graduating. We got a new class coming in with Upward Bound and Oxnard Unified School District and things like that. So stay tuned. Again, but it's always been part of the vision. It's just taking us time to get there, right?
That's right. Close us out. You know what you got to say.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Caliente Cowbear.
Excuse my finger.
Folks, it's Community Kev with Reel Guppy Outdoors, the Guppy Guy. This is a quick video for our surf fishing fundraiser tournament event. As you can see here, it's for all ages. Scan to register. Tournaments from 8 to 11 at Port Miami Beach. It's a winner take all. Look at some of the gifts that we've already got going. We need at least 40 participants to sign up for this. We got some Promar swag, jigs, hats, gloves, UFC fighting, 90-minute jump session passes. This is for your music in the back. We got fishing trips on the Gentleman Sport Fishing, the Aloha Sport Fishing, roller skating stuff for the family. We got some stuff for Martin's, Ayala's Tackle Shop. We got a hoop net, and we're just going to keep adding more and more to it. So now what it is, it's a winner take all. Whatever you catch, you get to measure it. I don't care if it's a stingray, sand shark, corvina, perch, halibut. Measure it all, and whoever has the most inches at the end is going to win. All right? All right, so Community Kev, again, for our event, look, it's winner take all. You get to take all this stuff, plus we're going to add more and put it into a cooler. But we need at least 40 participants to show up, and the date is June 27th at Port Miami Beach, $40. If you don't have gear and want to do this, we'll let you borrow our gear. For all the guys that are professionals that fish for just surf fish, game fish, we wanted to expand this and make it for everybody, okay? So sand sharks, stingrays, sharks, perch, anything you get, you measure it all the way across, add up all the inches, a little citizen science, and the winner takes all this stuff. It's from 8 to 11, June 27th at Port Miami Beach, and all the funds and proceeds go to Reel Guppy Outdoors to catch memories, all right? Community Kev, Reel Guppy Surf Fishing Tournament is going to be June 27th from 8 to 11 a.m. at the Port Miami Beach. Again, register, click the link, scan the QR code, winner take all, everything counts, measure up all your inches, and walk away with all the gear. There's probably going to be somewhere between the gear we have right now, we're already up to about $500 worth of winnings. Probably have a couple of raffles as well, but check it out, winner take all proceeds go. We need at least 40 anglers to participate in this. Check it out, June 27th. Again, and if you don't have gear, we will let you borrow it if you want to enter this particular event. All right, come on, help us catch some memories, win, do some surf fishing. Let's go.
To learn more about Reel Guppy Outdoors, please visit www.communitykevin.com. Brought to you by Aftco Fishing Apparel and Tackle, designed to perform. Channel Islands Sport Fishing, offering deep-sea fishing on quality sport fishing charter boats, and more. Costa Sunglasses. Discover life's greatest adventures with Costa. See what's out there. Daiwa. If you want innovation and quality in your fishing products, Daiwa has what you need. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.